Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to AstralGames Day 122, Pillars of Eternity, Episode 6. Why no Astral Strail? Well, because it was a break. Every hour we do take a break. To make it easy for me to cut it up into nice little parts of an hour-ish for the YouTubes. So that's why we do it. And also, because it gives you guys time to stretch your legs, take a drink, go to the toilet, do whatever it is you need to do. So that's why no Astral. And thanks for the host, sir. Thank you very much for the host. Strelson, a good streamer himself, streaming a lot of survival games as far as I have seen. But yeah, great streamer, great person as well. Oh, our wolf is all the way back there. Wolf! Wolf! We are exploring the catacombs beneath Defias Bay. Hey, Magnum Crockett, welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? He dares to have a break from entertaining us. The scandal.
Right.
Well, you know, it serves two purposes, and I think it is good. I think it is good. I know there are a lot of people that despise breaks, but you know, if you don't like breaks, then yeah, this might not be. This channel does have them, let's put it at that. So yeah. And have a look, the signs and shows and windows says back in 5. Well, shops is a... Oh, it was loading the map. Shops is a entirely different matter, I think. Like, shops are businesses that operate and stuff, and I do this for a hobby. It's not a business, so. Are you perpetually away for 5 minutes? And it was just amusing. Ah, yes. The amusement factor. See, I'm still entertaining you, even if I'm on a break. Oh, yes. Crap. God damn it. I should have sneaked. I should have sneaked.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is
Sneaky mode.
not very quiet.
God. Should have sneaked. But it is fine. If I remember correctly, the developers of this game also developed Dungeon Siege 3, of which I'll never forgive. I didn't mind Dungeon Siege 3. It was okay. Alright guys, ready to laugh? More memorials. H.G. Wells! Isn't that the writer from War of the Worlds? If Tim Kane's name is attached, my wallet is open. A. Smith. A man out of time. The flame flickers, yet remains. The next trail awaits. Ooh. Thank you for keeping up the spirit of Western RPGs. Doran the Dim. Never before was a paladin so foolish, who could not tell the good from the ghoulish. It's like, texts like this are amazing. It is, yeah, it's decent. What's he doing there? Well, this is a catacomb strail, and H.G. Wells is dead as far as I know. It's a far shot, yeah, but it's not bad. Maybe Trail and Blood. Follow him for eternity. Our pace. Always the sharp sword. Andrew C. If you're reading this, I spent too much on Kickstarter. Drog. Where shall I find you? You, my grotesque fellows, that I seek everywhere to make up my band. Rib Bal's Brood. Angelica, level 1 to 5. I wonder what the switch is for. Matthias, level 1-1. Come on, it's just a Scala. Martin, level 1-1. Oh, 1 max. I'm invincible! Peter, level 1 to 3. This orc looks nice. Let's talk to him. Christian E. Touch, Betcello. Journey through famous gates of coastal lands, braving icy mountains at the end of the world, amidst the many dimensions of the multiverse, in search of my inner self. Fortunately, an endless journey. Hey Pocket, I bring the light! Welcome, welcome. The light is much needed in these catacombs. Yeah. Possibly, Magnum, possibly. Je appelle. Only the dead have seen the end of war. A slave frees himself from his chains only to find he is bound by a stronger set of chains. Here lies T. Overspender. T.E. Overspender. Oh, this game is definitely not related to Dungeon Siege games. Gameplay wise, this is an Infinity Engine RPG, and neither of the Dungeon Siege games were an Infinity Engine RPG. I see what you mean, but also technically no. Feels good to be needed. Excellent, Pocket. If you are reading this, then I am gone. I have fought many dragons and visited the deepest dungeons. Alas, my wife appears to have found out how much I spent on this memorial. Have a beer for me. Yeah, exactly. And the answer to that is yes and no. To the untrained eye, that might seem the same. But Infinity Engines definitely bring their own combat system. Darren Valens. He gave of himself so that the world might live. Eric L. Novales. Forever at home and at ease with family. Eric Fate. Old. Not wise. Just worried. Buy the egg, it's Strelson. Sell the egg. Eric Parsons ventured forth before gathering his party. Not a great one. Binary egg. Warren Powell. Nothing. Fairy Hunter. With the passage of time, even the most vivid memories fade. Whether that's a blessing or a curse, well, that depends on the memory. Ooh, some of these people really thought of their obituaries. The sumos are running wild in my chat. What? Where? No traps so far. Just money. And lockpicks. Yeah. I'll take those. More obituaries. More memorials. Andrew Morsand. With the passage of time, even the most vivid memories fade. Oh, it's the same one, okay. Kelly Katea Bristol. Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. All the rest of his life is either past and gone, or not yet revealed. Marcus Aurelius. Meditations. Awesome. Cavio Cavazos. Cavio was the legendary godslayer. Some stories have been told that he wanders the land searching for his next victim. Others say he is dead. No one knows for sure. You may be next on his list. Hatatakushi. A mage of knowledge on a quest forever. He would voyage through praxis without delay. Finally yielding in stasis, he proclaimed to whomever, "May the bridge I burn light my way." Some of these are really well thought out. Pretty unstable, particularly with multiplayer mode. Also, we're about that MOFCK quirks to contend to, yeah. CDX. From the shoulders of giants, he tried to look ahead, but didn't see the branch that passed and banged his head. Some of these are so amazing. Christopher Lake. George has been my DM since I was 10 years old. 30 years later, I'm still playing his games. I'm proud to support Pillars, and I'm elated to see it happen. Willis Kelly. To my friends that share many D20 RPG and the good times we've had. Icy Hills, pizza runs, blown breakers, arguments, jokes, duels, flirtons, drinks, and more drinks. Sydney Phoenix Wolfram. Skull! Christopher Lake is Christopher Lee? I don't know. Did he support this game? Once unseated, twice retreated, thrice defeated, never conceded. I love these well thought out ones. They're amazing. Little bird. We were supposed to be your guardians. We failed our duty, but you paid the price. May your soul rest with the gods. Dalema Akuzora. Give and spend and obsidian well sent. Awesome. Cute little rabbit, mostly harmless. Chris Woodard. I know this name. In memory of my father Charles Douglas Woodard. Isn't that one of the Obsidian guys that worked on this game? I believe so. I have heard this name somewhere. He's definitely a game developer of some sort. Helge Ingvoldstad. Nothing seems to be written on this memorial stone at first glance, but eventually you see there's something barely readable written on the stone. Please go and find Brad Furris, the innkeeper. Hum Day is Wednesday, yes. Think people can generally trust me, but they can trust me exactly because they know they don't have to. Linus Torvalds. Demon 451. He died as he lived, surrounded by family, books, and good games. Deathhawk. Here lies Deathhawk, a young explorer that fell prey to the trap that he was setting to catch his prey. That sucks. Daniel Einspanja. I only frown when I'm unopapized. Okay. When did Strel get this sword? I can't remember, honestly. Can't remember when I modded people that I modded. Strel's a good guy. Ah, trap detected.
Found something.
I can disarm this, yes?
Finished.
Yes. Fanwalkers. +7 defense against stock attacks. Oh, could have used that against those plants. When Strel climbed the mountain, slew the three-headed drake, and returned with the Eye of Sight and presented it to Astral Sid. There you go. That's how he became a seer, you know? Scroll of Prayer against Restrained. Perceived Constraints. Damn, we could have used it against those plants.
Huh?
It was a big coronation and everything. It's called modesty. I wouldn't think a big coronation would be modest. Stormy. I only frown when I'm obsidian. Peter Korsk. Be kind to animals. Don't eat them. There you go, guys. That's just what he wants you to think. He's a psychic. He can control my thoughts. He is Knight Strelson. He is most humble and doesn't like to point it out, I guess. Mel. Corgis are great. Alupidu. My class is rogue. You look surprised to see me. If you'd been paying attention, you might still be alive. John Mitchling. Keep your mouth shut. They might think you are a total idiot, but they can never prove it, as long as you keep your mouth shut. Phantom Physicist. Hope this brings you tons of joy and happiness. I wish the best for you and all your kin. Sir Strel of the moldy plates. Sir Strel of modest washing. Ante, he's best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep him down. Never's gone. I thought it was a song. Sun Praxa Shantasusat. Nukula. It's pronounced Nukula. Oystein Wieg. Flectere Sinekeo Superas. Acheronta Movebo. Whatever that means. Alexander GV. QXQP. I always wanted to say QXP because that's a StarCraft player, but don't panic. Sir Bit Joker. He did not believe in miracles. He relied on them. I wouldn't rely on miracles. Gillen. Whilst soldiers meet in hope for strife, and focus splits twixt hill and plain, danger itself begins to prey. Hope remains whilst prayer lives. One perfect moment is all to stop eternity. John the Detective. There is death in the clouds, there is fear in the night. For the dead in their shrouds hail the synth's turning flight, and chant wild in the woods as they dance, round a Yule altar, fungus and white. Okay. Bernardo de Medici. Service in all things to the Republic of the Silver Sun. Alright. Kai Callidan. Jared Ritter. We are all adventurers in the great landscape of life. Be aware of those around you, but never stop exploring what life has to offer. Never give up on your own happiness, and never lose hope. That's a great message. Anti-Oscar de Kilmanen. Reign in Chaos. Alright. I think we... Oh, there's another one there. Jeez. So many to read. Huh? It's just that. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. Never lose hope! Aaron James Satoshi Cole. The ocean's bed. I walked upon the pavement till I observed a passing stone roll against the gutter as if to be alone. This stone had no specific color or hue that I could see to make it specially distinguished by its society. Perhaps it was not as rigid, a bit rounder than the rest, yet I presume no reason to regard it any less. It was neither sharp nor jaded, but rather smooth on top, so I quickly cupped my hand and drew the fellow up. He seemed to quake and quiver as he looked beneath a tree. I saw the others looking up with utmost enmity. Thus I hid him in my pocket and took him lands away where others would not find him or curse him where he lay. I placed him in an inlet where the ocean came to play. She drifted out to greet him and offered him to stay. He agreed as did the others and rolled to the water's edge where he tucked himself beneath her sheet and sank quietly to bed. Damn. Holy shit, that guy is a poet. That was a really beautiful poem. Frederick Westrin. In memory of my beloved brother, a man not made for this earth, but made for heaven. Wiener Schnitzel, das einzig wahre Schnitzel. That's one for Hendrik, I guess. Das einzig wahre Schnitzel. Sorry for my pronunciation there. Ah, you're reading such a beautiful poem, and then all of a sudden, das einzig wahre Schnitzel. Edward. Fantasy is about strange creatures doing things that we cannot understand, lurking in exotic locations that do not exist. Oh, there you go. Willow. Nothing. Wolfsteig. Too many bugs in here. Let me out. Wanda. Ancient warrior from a dark age rest here. But if the grave is empty, watch your back. Josh Hancock. If there is anything that I have learned in my travels, it's that many things may change the nature of a man. Regret, love, revenge or fear. When whatever you believe can change the nature of a man can. Matthew S. Bombard. Unforgettable hero and adventure. Good charisma but poor constitution. Xerxes. His last words were here, hold my potion. Zun. Ishtar Gran Theon. Veiled by the night, shade amongst shadows, still enduring, yet to grow strong. Dushan Telrenith. There's nothing you can't handle when you use your mind. Yaska the Eternal Watcher. In memory of Yaska the Eternal Watcher of the Scrolls lore. He came, he fought, he bled, and he survived. He wrote the lore and continued his journey without destination. Na Titane, a paladin of Saint Waidwen. She fought valorously in battle before being struck down by a poisoned arrow. Killed in her prime. And phone. One sec, guys. Sorry about that one. Someone called for book, but she's no longer present. Eve's unknown source. Your all-knowing eyes shine like stars, giving me guidance. Your warm, gentle smile gives strength to my soul. Your undying love gives wings to my triumph. My love to you gives me the courage to conquer all odds. Okay. G.L. Carpenter. Everybody spells my name wrong. Excellent. Another great one. I think we got it, guys. Arun? Welcome to the prophets. Greetings, welcome in chat. Sorry for the pronunciation of your name. Arun. I'm going to stop trying. Welcome to the prophets. Thank you for the support and greetings in chat as well. So we're done here. I'm not going to the Temple of Vodica yet. It's tied to a main quest, and I want to do the Arun. Oh, it's that easy. Oh man. I tried to get the Greek Y in there, but yeah, apparently it's a silent Greek Y. Arun, welcome. So we're going to check the rest of the town first before continuing on with the main quest. I think, let me check, but the greatest one, the one that I found the most awesome, is quote 41. This is the one, for those that missed it, I think if I do this I can recall my quote. Yeah, that's the one I found the most. I laughed my ass off at that one. It was so good. It was so good. It was an amazing memorial. I laughed my ass off. Oh. Alright, we don't have to sneak here. That was the one I found in the catacombs. That was so cool. So amazing. You were so lovely back then? Excuse me? Good to hear. Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear you're having a good time. Makes a note to use this himself. It's such a good memorial. Hey, Keylast is welcome. This is a single player RPG. I'm not sure if multiplayer is included. I think not. Maybe someone in chat with a bigger knowledge of this game knows. I think there's no multiplayer included. I know for a fact that this game was supposed to be a single player RPG. Yeah, exactly right. You were so lovely back there. Excuse me? I was lovely in the catacombs? Excuse me? But I think this was supposed to be a single player RPG, so as far as I'm aware, but this is my first playthrough, so I'm not aware of a lot in this game. But as far as I'm aware, this game is single player only. But yeah, I'm going through the campaign here, through the story campaign, which is the main focus of this game. This game is a lot of reading and a lot of story, with the fight here and there. Dalton, this elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. Yeah, it appears. And the way you fought, cutting down two at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. My, oh, by the flame, just a moment. For just a moment, I thought I heard her. He puts a hand to his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the North Watch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout Dialwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepen. That was until we faced Halig of Thine. That's the guy we met down in the catacombs. How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming since February 28th, 2014. I was thinking for a moment, but yes. Because February 28th, 2015 was my 1 year anniversary. So, 1 year and quite a lot of months, actually. And it started all with AstralGames Day 1. And we've now arrived at AstralGames Day 122. Obviously, I'm not streaming every day. Otherwise, we would have been well past 300. 350. But I do this as a hobby, not as a job. I do have a job. I have lots of work at some point. So there are some weeks where I do not stream at all. And there are some weeks that I stream a lot. It's really wavy with the way my work goes because I've got my own company, so sometimes there's a lot of work. For example, next month, September, is going to be really busy. And sometimes I have not a lot of work, and then I stream more. So, you know, it's kind of going back and forth. I also don't have a steady schedule, which is not good from a streaming perspective, but unfortunately forced upon me because I have my own company. So sometimes they need me, and sometimes they don't, and so yeah, it's going back and forth. So yeah, I'm trying to stream as much as I can, but there you go. Astral was born streaming back when I was born, Sir Strelson. 'Twas not streaming that was invented yet. Getting a chat message here. But yeah. Back when I was born, streaming wasn't invented yet, I think. I don't think streaming was around in 1988. I have no idea. Probably not. But yeah, he was talking about the guy, he's talking about the guy from the catacombs. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled towards the Valian republics, catching him just west of the Lake of the Drowned Tombs. 'Twas a prophecy, he who will stream shall be born in 1988. There you go. There you go. Arun has it. Hey, Demon Eye, what up? How you doing, sir? There you have it. Arun has it. 'Twas a prophecy. Yeah, the Drowned Tombs. We were fools, seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. I'm doing great, Demon Eye. I'm enjoying playing this game. And yep, it's story time with Astral today. I even told a story at the start of the stream. So it's double story time. I got a story at the start of the stream and I'm playing a story-based game. Double story time. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods I was knocked out, and when I awoke my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds an empty air in his arms. Who is Rowena? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. It's like double cream. You could have single cream, but double! Think of it. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I even ventured below. Thought it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help. I will search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Oh, it's been a pleasure, but I must run. Later, Binary. For science! Have fun being poked with needles. Tears spring in the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. You are truly a gift from the gods. Fine, we'll go back in. We'll fight this guy. We'll fight this guy. That's fine. I thought I had to fight that guy. I just didn't have the quest yet. Well, I do now. Let's go. Enter the game. Search for Rowena. Yeah, that's another matter entirely. Which of these corpses is Rowena? Unless it's one of those zombies with that necromancer. That could also be possible. Well, nobody's here. I guess it's one of those one of those zombies with the corpse guy, and we need to slay the corpse guy. I camped and I still have the merchant stay resting bonus. If that's permanent. Kotak, welcome to the stream, welcome. It's tricky. I would assume it's not an easy fight, no. As many of you guys saw it yesterday, should I keep spontaneous rage response? It was fun. It was fun. But to be honest, it might lose its surprise after some you might need a list of spontaneous rage responses and use them. But it was definitely fun, yeah. Alright, let's save here, let's see if we can take him on. Why do you disturb me? You're Halik? Dalton sent me to look for Rowena. He leans back and bursts into a raucous laughter. I'm not English, I don't know that word. His threadbare robes drift apart, revealing an amulet, and a ragged wound running from his chest to throat. It spatters a black viscous fluid on the floor with every cackle. Ugh. No, I mean something completely different. Like if you have a list of those rage responses and just, like, you know, vary it up from time to time. Otherwise, if you do the same rage response over and over, it might lose its comedic value. That old fool is still alive? I do hope he still doesn't bear a grudge for that incident. It was so very long ago. You might want to get that looked at. What happened to you? What? This? He points an gnarled thumb at the wound. Heh, long story. I was one of the first animancers here in Dialwood. Practiced necromancy too, which is what put Dalton and his Northwatch Rangers on my trail. He cackles, making a wet burbling sound. What can you tell me about Dalton? Only that it's a miracle, or a joke of the gods that he's still alive. He picks up bloodied crust from his beard. The only thing I love more than his fetching lieutenant was the idea of his own legend. He said you killed Ren and the rest of the Northwatch Rangers. Did he mention that they hunted me down like a rabid dog? He adjusts his moth-eaten robes. I just wanted to continue my studies. Attitudes towards animancy were not what they are now, and necromancers have never met with much acceptance. Confetti would be cool. But don't do water first and then confetti. If it's like raid response 1 you do water and then raid response 2 it's confetti, that might be a sticky situation. That would put out the pipe, yeah, true. Glass in case someone's... But they're corpses now, and so am I. Surely all's well enough behind us. Do you know where Ruan is? He seems to restrain another bout of chuckling. Oh, you could say that. If you were to retrieve my grimoire from Mudred, I'll let you in on the secret. We don't have to fight? That is interesting. Alright. What do you need me to do? When animancy started gaining popularity, I came to Defiance Bay in hopes of finding a place where my research would meet with more acceptance. Worked at the Breckenbury Sanitarium for a few months when I met Mudred. He spits a glob of black blood on the floor. Let's just say Mudred and I didn't see eye to eye. Got so bad we were threatening to kill each other on a daily basis. Obviously that bastard made good on his threat. He runs a jagged fingernail along his oozing wound, sank a dagger into my chest while I was sleeping, and dumped my body in the catacombs. If Mordred killed you, how are we having this conversation? My character does have an intelligence, please. You used animants to save yourself? Oh no. This is magic. And it took a great deal of rather timely preparation, I must say. Even so, it merely anchored my soul to this decaying husk. Nothing like the life that was stolen from me. And yet you see what little Engwithan magic can do. My mind is my own, my memory fresh, and my work can continue. And Modred keeps all that is precious to him in a trunk in his laboratory, just as he stole my grimoire. He offers you a key with a claw-like hand. On your way to Breckenbury Sanitarium then. Bring me my grimoire and my revenge, and you can have your Rowena. He chokes on a burbling chuckle. If there's nothing else, be on your way. Sure, I'll steal a book that, you know, practically belonged to him anyway. Doom said, deep shit. I couldn't stand it without saying goodbye. To the sanitarium we go. Well, not entirely. First we need to discover the rest of the city first. But then we go to the sanitarium. This is like... yeah, like Baldur's Gate actually. Big city with lots of quests. Big city, lots of quests to do, guys. Lots of reading too. Scrivenet's dormitory. Yeah, let's go there. We're working on it, Dalton. You just hang tight. We're working on it. Just adjust the car. Okay. We'll skip this for now. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries. What's this? Oh, yellow dudes. You guys ready for some dramatic memory writing? As you near, you feel a vibrant blah 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 blah. You see a dark room, its contents in disarray. The blinds are pulled against the light and sounds of shouting and running can be heard outside. This man moves through a house, throwing items into a bag. He wraps up some food, collects some clothes, and searches through a chest for various odds and ends that resemble magical components. He stops at a bookshelf and quickly scans the spines, running his fingers along them to help keep it in place. He sighs, sliding his finger across the spines again, mumbling to himself. Finally, he chooses a couple of titles and takes them from the shelf, adding them to the assortment of items he has already gathered. A small group of squirrels and birds watch him as he passes through the rooms, moving almost as a single entity. They are trying to stay near him, but also seem to know to stay out of his way. He is obviously in a hurry, but he maintains a deliberate demeanor about everything he does. I've been eyeing this game, Divinity Original Sin for quite a while. Not sure which to get first. I haven't played Original Sin. Never been a big fan of the Divinity series myself, I must say. But yeah, if you don't mind the rough start, then this is a great game. Hey Dylan, what up, man? How you doing? If you don't mind the rough start of this game, the beginning of this game is really crappy in terms of storytelling. It's once you are involved, this game does a great job of telling the story. But getting you involved is quite clunky in this game. But yeah, if you don't mind that, this is a great game for if you don't mind a good old, or if you're looking for a good old Western RPG experience like the Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Planescape Torment, that sort of stuff. The outer door bursts open. Okay. The outer door bursts open with an explosive sound, causing the animals to scatter, terrified. The man turns, bringing a hand up, holding a book in his other, whispering something that barely can be heard. Ice crystals begin to form at the tips of his fingers, crackling against the heat of the room. He sees the man standing in the doorway and immediately drops his hands, the ice vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The man in the doorway gestures, telling him to hurry, and points towards the horizon somewhere outside. The man in the house dismisses him with a wave, saying he is almost done here and will be coming soon. He scans the dwelling one more time, searching for something he might have missed. Satisfied, he leaves, not even bothering to close the door. Outside he can see people, all prepared as he is, traveling away from town, away from the rising plumes of smoke in the horizon. Ooh. Yeah, Baldur's Gate flashbacks, indeed. Flashbacks to our multiplayer playthrough of that game. That was something. Historian. You see a small crowd gathering near the entrance to a temple. This man stands against the wall, the crowd forming a semicircle around him. He speaks with a calm, measured tone, his soothing voice carrying over the sounds of the surrounding city. He speaks of the world, history, the gods, and religion. He speaks of cooking, brewing, child raising, and old wives' tales. There does not seem to be a subject he lacks at least a passing knowledge in. People ask him questions, and he answers them in turn, sometimes being detailed and in-depth, other times only giving a general answer. Regardless of what is said, all his answers seem to hit the heart of what was asked, each person satisfied with what they learned. People come and go from the crowd, its size growing and shrinking, but never completely dissipating. Hours pass and he never seems to tire, sharing his knowledge with anyone who would benefit from it. As the light of day wanes, the group finally growing small enough that he draws everything to a close. As he gathers his belongings and prepares to leave, a man approaches him, asking why he does this. He asks for no money, no food. What benefit is gained from his actions? He looks at the man, gathering his thoughts, then simply tells him, "Knowledge brings wisdom. That is my fate." Ooh, priest of a knowledge god. I'm a big RPG fan, right in my alley. Yeah, it's like I said, if you like games like Baldur's Gate and Planescape Tournament, this is definitely the place to be. I mean, it is a newer version of the same engine, and So it has the same sort of combat system, the same feel in terms of party systems. It's got a great story, once you get past the start, that is. It really immerses you. It's great, yeah, definitely. I would definitely recommend this game to people who like Baldur's Gate and stuff. If you can look past the dramatic writing and the first part of the game. Hey Squidus, welcome. Is this the DLC? It is not. This is the standard game that I'm playing through for the very first time. Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketch of a fire-breathing old dwarf are all that remain of a long study session. Why would you study fire-breathing dwarfs? Corin, okay. By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around like that? I'm not an ogre. He cautiously reaches his hand towards you, then pulls back. Better not. Ducks are poisonous. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scrivener? I don't mind dramatic lie. Ah, I see. The start is... It just doesn't do a good job of pulling you into the story. Astral, he calls you an ogre, oh no! Playing this at the moment as well, can't just play for a few minutes, it's hours at a time. Yeah, I'm lucky my show lasts 4 hours each time, so I can, you know, can get some hours in there, play. I'm not as addicted to this game as I was to Baldur's Gate, but it's definitely fun. Maybe he's blind or something, I don't know. Because he reached his hand out when I said I wasn't an ogre, so I'm assuming he's blind. He reached the hand out to feel. You're a scrivener? He nods. Yes, I am a scrivener! I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh. And I'm also the Santa Claus. Ho ho ho. I'm also the collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. This guy's amazing. It's not a game to be played in a few minutes. Need to sink hours into it. Yeah, that's why it is in my rotation. As you can see, it's episode 6. And once my rotation completes again, of full episodes, you know, I start episode 7 for all the games that are in the rotation, which are currently Dark Souls, Attila to the War, and Pillars of Eternity. So once this is done, we close out episode 6. We do a few other games in between. I'll be streaming Mountain Blade and Unepic, one episode in between. And then I'll be restarting the cycle for episode 7, which includes this game. Hey Pausita, do you have the new expansion? No, I do not. This is the standard base game. I only have the basic, the most basic of tiers. I didn't back this game. I just got it from someone. Well, not just. He graciously gave me this game, the basic. I don't know how you keep track of all your games. I just play them. I don't know. It's a cycle, you know. It's the cycle that keeps it structured. It's like, okay, episode 6, done. Pillars of Eternity, episode 6, done. That means the cycle's over. And I'll start again. Dark Souls, normally, Dark Souls, Crusader Kings, Attila to the War, Pillars of Eternity. Cycle's over, boom. Dark Souls. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's a cycle of games. Well, he is called Astral Seer, yeah. And that too. But yeah, that's the cycle that I go through every time. Because I am not a streamer who can stream the same game, stream on end. I have to have variety, because otherwise I get really bored with a particular game. So that's why I constantly cycle through them. Which is a problem with games like this, because I sometimes lose track of the story. But yeah. Finished this game a long time ago. Awesome. Started out good and interesting, but in the end I felt It felt... I felt it became a drag. Ah, I see. I thought the beginning was really crappy. Like the beginning. Like I said earlier, like the story was good, but it felt like I saw in the distance there was a good story, but I was constantly questioning myself, how does the game involve me in the story? And that was a step that this game took very clunky, I found. It was very clunky done. Clunkily, I don't even know if that's a word. It was very like not, it wasn't well done, the pull into the world. But once I was in the world and once I was involved, it's actually a pretty good story. The Council of Ducks. Yeah, the Council of Ducks was amazing. You like Baldur's Gate 2 more? Ah, I see. I'm a Baldur's Gate 1 fan, man. Out of the Baldur's Gates, Baldur's Gate 1 is my favorite. But you know, to each their own, obviously. I like Baldur's Gate 2 as well, don't get me wrong. Great game. But out of the two, Baldur's Gate 1 was my favorite. I would forget where I am in each game. That's also why I watch my last episode on YouTube. Like the last part of the last episode, the last bits. I just skip through them. Like, oh yeah, I was here. That's why I do that in front of every... before every stream of that particular game. Yeah, there's a Council of Ducks in this game. It's really fun. I think that's the plural of dukes. Or it might just be this world that it says the plural of dukes is ducks. Might be in the real world as well, I don't know. I'm not an English guy. Pausita, welcome to the Prophets and thank you for the follow and the support. Initially awkward and not engaging. Exactly, Demon Eye. You see that there's a story that's really great in there. Like, it feels like it lies somewhere in the distance. But how the game gets you there is really weird. And not engaging at all. I find. That's my personal opinion. But now that I am engaged, it's actually pretty cool. So yeah, tell me about the dormitory. It's where the Scriveners who work in the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a Scrivener, he sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. You can sell me something? Okay, that's fine. Not interested. So these are just random dudes that, yeah. They point me to Corin. Because that's the only guy that's actually says something meaningful. The study bunks are topped with thin blankets and even thinner mattresses. Alright, so they're not the richest of people. Poor scholars. Lundala's house. Right. But before we go into Lundala's house, those viewers that have known this channel for quite some time might know it. Every hour I take a small break. I do this for a twofold reason. One, to give you guys time to stretch your legs, take a drink, do whatever it is you need to do. And two, because Astral Games Days appear on the YouTubes, all 121 of the prior ones can be found down below. You see the big YouTube button, you can find them there, including a few, a bit of content that isn't, didn't appear on stream. So it's all, there's also some unique content there. So I do it to, one, give you guys a chance to take a small break, and two, to make sure that all the parts are about an hour long, neatly cut into, you know, pieces so people can digest them perfectly, and YouTube can digest them as well, because it has a particular length which your YouTube uploads must be. So those are the reasons, and that's why we're taking a break right now. And when we come back, we're going to explore the rest of this town, this city, and yeah, we'll be seeing what Defiance Bray has in store for us. So see you guys in a bit. My breaks take about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'll see you after that one. See you guys in a bit.